News.
Hello and welcome to Express News. In the next half an hour, we'll get you all the latest news and updates. My name is Abhishek Mahajan. Let's start with our top story. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh addressed the plenary session at the two-day inaugural tri-service dialogue on warfare and warfighting called Run Samvad 2025 in Madhya Pradesh on Wednesday. Speaking at the event, the minister asserted that India has never initiated aggression against anyone, but if challenged, India would respond strongly. Emphasizing on the meaning of the event's name, the defence minister said that Run evokes the sense of battle and conflict, whereas Samvad refers to dialogue and discussion. Rajnath Singh also said that with changing technology, it becomes necessary that India also adapts its forces according to the changing world. On the occasion, two joint warfare doctrines of our armed forces were released by the Chief of Defence Staff, Army and Navy Chiefs and the Army Vice Chief on Wednesday. The two doctrines, named Airborne and Heliborne Operations Doctrine, outlines principles for the rapid deployment, maneuver and employment of forces from the air, enhancing reach flexibility. Chief of Army Staff General Upendra Dwivedi, who is on a 4-day official visit to Algeria, visited the Shershel Military Academy, Algeria's premier institution for officer training. During his visit, Chief of Army Staff Upendra Dwivedi was briefed on the Academy's vital role in preparing cadets for leadership as officers in the Algerian Army. He interacted with the faculty, commending their dedication and high standards of training. General Dwivedi also expressed interest in fostering cooperation and the exchange of best practices between the Shershel Academy and training institutes of the Indian Armed Forces. India-US 2+2 inter-sessional dialogue was held virtually on Tuesday, where officials discussed regional security developments and exchanged perspectives on a number of shared strategic priorities. They discussed trade and investment, energy security, including strengthening civil nuclear cooperation, critical minerals exploration, and more. Both sides look forward to increasing defence cooperation, including signing a new 10-year framework for India-US major defence partnership, as well as advancing defence, industrial, science and technology cooperation. The chairs also reaffirmed their commitment to promoting a safer, stronger and more prosperous Indo-Pacific region through the Quad. Minister of State for Foreign Trade Affairs Dr. Ahmed bin Mohammed Al Said of Qatar arrived in India on Tuesday. He is leading a high-level investment delegation from Qatar. Prime Minister Narendra Modi extended greetings to everyone on the occasion of Ganesh Chaturthi festival on Wednesday. Home Minister Amit Shah felicitated the personnel involved in Operation Mahadev. Under the operation, the Indian Army, CRPF and J&K police had neutralized 3 terrorists who were involved in the Pahalgam terror attack. Union Law Minister Arjun Ram Meghwal on Tuesday inaugurated the International Symposium on India-Singapore Corridor, Bridging Markets, Resolving Disputes via ADR. The symposium was organized by the Indian Council of Arbitration during Meghwal's visit to Singapore. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath distributed appointment letters to new recruits in medical services on Wednesday. The Chief Minister said that in the last 8 years, government recruited more than 40,000 women in Uttar Pradesh Police Force. India's Parliamentary Affairs and Minority Affairs Minister Kiren Rijiju, along with Lieutenant Governor of Ladakh Kavindra Gupta and other dignitaries, attended the Suru Summer Festival in Kargil's Suru Valley. An unexpected August snowfall added a magical touch to the celebrations. The festival showcased Ladakh's vibrant folk traditions, local crafts and regional cuisine. Calling the experience once in a lifetime, the minister praised the region's natural beauty and cultural richness, reaffirming Ladakh's growing appeal as a unique tourism destination. Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh launched Design for Bio E3 Challenge for Youth and the first National Bio Foundry Network at a media interaction on 1 year of Bio E3 from policy to action in New Delhi. Addressing the gathering, the minister highlighted India's booming biotech startup ecosystem, promising bioeconomy growth. For the first time, fresh Ladakhi Kargil Halman apricots are being exported to Saudi Arabia, Kuwait and Qatar. The move aims to boost Ladakh's agricultural products in international markets. Ladakh's apricots are counted among the finest in the world. It produces around 15,868 tons of apricots annually, with 2/3 coming from Kargil and 1/3 from Leh district. US consumer confidence slipped in August to 97.4 from July's reading of 98.7. Survey data showed, while concerns about price hikes due to President Trump's sweeping tariffs also persisted. Germany and Canada signed an agreement Tuesday to boost cooperation in critical raw materials, including rare earths, as Berlin tries to reduce its dependence on Chinese imports. Taiwan's government announced on Wednesday the appointment of former TSMC board member Kung Min His as the new economy minister after his predecessor resigned for health reasons. Japanese automaker Mitsubishi Motors cut its operating profit forecast for the current fiscal year by 30% on Wednesday, citing the impact of US import tariffs and weaker sales expectations. Ford Motor Company is recalling more than 355,000 vehicles in the US over an issue with the instrument panel display, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration said on Wednesday. US Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook will be challenging Trump's attempt to remove her from the central bank after the US leader ramped up pressure on the institution. US President Donald Trump will chair a meeting on Gaza at the White House on Wednesday. US Special Envoy Steve Witkoff said that Washington expected Israel's conflict to be settled by the end of the year. US President Donald Trump said on Tuesday he is prepared to impose economic sanctions against Russia if Vladimir Putin fails to agree to a ceasefire. US Special Envoy Steve Witkoff will meet with representatives from Ukraine in New York this week. He said that Washington continues to talk with Russia as the United States seeks an end to the Ukraine conflict. The Kremlin said on Wednesday that Russia takes a negative view of European proposals on security guarantees for Ukraine and will not accept any presence of NATO troops on its neighbor's territory. French President Emmanuel Macron, referring to a slump this week in French stock and bond markets ahead of a looming government confidence vote, told members of his cabinet on Wednesday that France was solid. Germany's cabinet approved a draft bill introducing a voluntary 6-month military service aimed at bolstering national security amid concerns over Russia. The plan is designed to double the pool of trained reservists, currently about 1 lakh, and to encourage some volunteers to transition into active service. Director General of the International Atomic Energy Agency, Rafael Grossi, said on Tuesday that UN nuclear inspectors have returned to Iran for the first time since it suspended cooperation with them in the wake of Israel's attacks on its nuclear sites. Iran said on Wednesday that the return of IAEA inspectors did not mark the full resumption of cooperation with the UN watchdog, adding that a final framework is still under discussion. The move comes after Iran held talks with European powers on Tuesday, seeking to avert a sanctions snapback. At least 25 people were killed and 27 injured when a bus overturned in eastern Afghanistan on Wednesday. The crash happened due to the driver's negligence on a highway near the capital Kabul, leading to the southern city of Kandahar. South Korean and US troops on Wednesday conducted a wet gap crossing exercise in Yeoju to enhance river crossing capability as part of ongoing joint military drills. About 300 US and South Korean military personnel participated in the 3-day crossing exercise from Monday, which included the installation of a 280-meter joint floating bridge. As China tightens security ahead of next Wednesday's Victory Day parade, which marks Japan's formal surrender in World War II, Beijing city center has come to a near standstill, with streets emptied and shops shuttered in preparation for the military display. Military rehearsals have intensified in recent days as tanks roll through the Beijing's wide boulevards, while jets and helicopters flew in formation, including a striking 80 in the sky. Venezuelan deployed warships and drones to patrol the coastline after the United States dispatched 3 destroyers to the region to pressure President Maduro and crack down on drug cartels. Miguel Uribe Londoño, father of murdered Colombian Senator Miguel Uribe Turbay, has announced that he will take his son's place as a right-wing presidential pre-candidate in 2026 elections. The red and white St. George Cross and the Union Jack flags have proliferated along streets across England in recent weeks in what supporters say is a campaign to show national pride, but others fear is part of growing anti-immigration sentiment. A cholera epidemic at a camp for Sudanese refugees in neighbouring Chad has killed 68 people since it broke out in late July, the Chadian Health Ministry told media on Tuesday. The sweat and salsa-infused nightlife that was once the beating heart of Ecuador's largest city, Guayaquil, has fallen silent, with nightclubs pulling down the shutters to avoid cartel-linked violence. Alright, we are slipping into a very short break. On the other side, more stories. Keep watching Express News on DD India.
This week on Defence Dynamics, we decode India-France jet engine collaboration. We explain how the Agni 5 test reinforces peace through strength and how INS Himgiri showcases India's indigenous naval power. We also analyze Israel's Rampage missile and how it boosts Indian Air Force's precision strike edge, and why Indian Army Chief's visit to Algeria so important. Sharp insights, clear explanations. Defence Dynamics this Wednesday at 8 p.m. only on DD India.
Welcome back. You're watching Express News. I'm Abhishek Mahajan. Some more stories. Monsoon fury continues in parts of India. At least 5 people killed, 14 injured after a landslide on Mata Vaishno Devi route in Jammu. A relief column of the Indian Army's White Knight Corps at Atkwari, in coordination with rescue teams from the Shrine Board and other agencies, is assisting victims of the landslide. So far, more than 3,500 people have been rescued. The Indian Air Force is also assisting in relief and rescue operations in Jammu. Aircraft including C-130 and IL-76 have landed in Jammu carrying NDRF personnel along with relief and rescue materials. In a post on X, Prime Minister Modi called the loss of lives due to a landslide on the route to the Sri Mata Vaishno Devi temple saddening, and added that the administration is assisting all those affected. Flood threat looms over Ramban district in Jammu and Kashmir as rivers in the region has swelled, prompting emergency evacuations and triggering a high alert response from authorities. According to the India Met Department, persistent rainfall is expected across multiple Indian cities. Heavy showers are predicted at isolated places in Mumbai until August 29. The Meteorological Centre in Jaipur has issued an orange alert for extremely heavy rainfall in Rajsamand, Sirohi and Udaipur districts. Pakistan said on Tuesday its Punjab region, including the city of Lahore, faced a very high to exceptionally high danger of flooding due to heavy rains. Spain declared on Tuesday that the municipalities affected by 113 wildfires this summer as emergency areas. Spanish firefighters continue battling fires in northwest Spain. The Spanish government has described wildfires as one of the country's worst environmental disasters in years. A massive dust storm that darkened the skies over Arizona's Pinal County made driving difficult for one family trying to get home as they recorded the storm's descent. Mexico proposed the creation of a regional fund to address the consequences of climate change during a meeting of environment ministers from Latin America and the Caribbean ahead of COP30 in Brazil. Surfers are taking to the water as powerful swells from former Hurricane Erin hit France's southwest coast. Authorities have banned swimming and closed access to many beaches to keep holidaymakers safe from the giant waves hitting French Atlantic coast. Local residents are cleaning debris from the streets in Vietnam's central city of Vinh after Typhoon Kajiki wreaked havoc and killed 3 people across the country. The festival of Ganesh Chaturthi is being celebrated from today, marking the birth of Lord Ganesh. Special celebrations are taking place in Mumbai with lakhs of devotees thronging at iconic Lal Bagh Charaj. Jaipur's Moti Dungri temple witnessed large number of devotees gathering to offer prayers and perform puja since morning. The idol was adorned with golden crown and a special traditional necklace offered to the Lord. Uttar Pradesh's Sambal district held a fair dedicated to Lord Ganesha. The festival is centered around a unique story leading to the construction of Ganesh temple by a native. Coimbator's Munthi Vinyakar temple also witnessed a huge influx of devotees. Described as one of the largest temples of the city, devotees expressed happiness to be able to get a darshan of Lord Ganesha. Known for its unique and elaborate decorations, Bengaluru Sri Satya Ganpati Shirdi Sai Temple also started the festival activities. The temple management ensured continuous prasad distribution and comfortable facilities for devotees. Archaeologists in Turkey's Osmaniye found a temple of goddess Kubaba at 2,700-year-old Kastabala ancient city. Spain celebrated the annual La Tomatina festival on Wednesday, in which more than 22,000 people joined the messy tomato fight. In England, medieval festival recreated history with jousting, mock battles, falconry and folk music. It is a 3-day event offering a step back in time and keeping medieval traditions alive. Denmark's National Museum has unveiled a 10th century smiling figurine believed to be the first portrait of a Viking. In Hunan, the rare founded blue-throated bee-eater, a national second-class protected bird known as China's most beautiful bird, has been recently spotted. Entertainment updates now. Hollywood actor Nick Gelfus is returning as Dr. Will Halstead in the 11th season of the medical drama series Chicago Med, which is set to premiere on October 1st. The second season of Netflix popular kids learning and music show Miss Rachel will premiere this September. The classic children's show Sesame Street season 56 is set to release on November 10 on Netflix. American actress and film producer Jessica Chastain will be honored with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in September. Venice is ready to roll out the red carpet at its annual film festival, which will begin on Wednesday. Popular Hollywood faces arrived by water taxi for the glamorous event ahead of its opening. New episodes of the second season of the American lifestyle television series with Love Megan are streaming on Netflix. Hollywood historical film Hamnet, starring Paul Mescal and Jessie Buckley, will release in US theaters on November 27. American crime thriller film Play Dirty, starring Mark Wahlberg and Lakeith Stanfield, will release on Prime Video on 1st October. Indian film actor Deepak Tijori bags 3 Best Actor awards for his English short film Echoes of Us at US Film Festival. Telugu drama film Arjun Chakravarti, which is the biopic of Kabaddi legend, will release on the occasion of Indian National Sports Day, 29th August. The Union Cabinet on Wednesday approved the submission of a bid to host the Commonwealth Games 2030 in Ahmedabad, Gujarat. In US Open 2025, Iga Swiatek cruised to the second round with a routine win. In other women's singles action, Martha Kostyuk defeated Katie Boulter, handing her a first-round exit. Beatriz Haddad Maya made light work of Sonne Cartel to send her crashing out of the event as well. French Open winner Coco Gauff secured a hard-fought victory over Ayla Tomiljanovic. Meanwhile, top-ranked men's defending champion Yannick Sinner thrashed Pit Kopriva in straight sets. Sif Kaur Samra helped India continue its stellar run by winning 2 gold medals at the Asian Shooting Championship in Kazakhstan. The cricketing world celebrates Donald Bradman's 117th birth anniversary. Considered as the greatest test batter of all time, Bradman finished his career with a staggering average of 99.94. Two-time Olympic medalist PV Sindhu fended off a stiff challenge from Kaloyana Nalbantova to sail into the second round of WWF World Championships in Paris. In men's singles, H.S. Pranoy was largely in control against Joachim Waldorf during his 21-18, 21-15 win. International Chess Federation has confirmed Goa as the venue for the Chess World Cup 2025. Real Madrid returned to training on Wednesday after beating newly promoted Real Oviedo 3-0 in Asturias on Sunday. In preparation for FIFA World Cup 2026, Brazil is set to face South Korea and Japan in friendly matches in October. Stuttgart won a dramatic 8-7 penalty shootout against Braunschweig in the first round of the German Cup on Tuesday. And veteran Indian off-spinner R. Ashwin on Wednesday has announced his retirement from the Indian Premier League and has revealed that he will remain available to play in overseas leagues. Well, that's all we have in this edition of Express News. You stay tuned for more news and updates. Namaskar.